Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am TayRexMua or Taylor. I know it's been a while since I've done a video. I've been mainly over on TikTok and Instagram and all that, but I am, in case you didn't know, a small makeup artist, enthusiast, influencer, lover, everything makeup all the time. Makeup is my passion. As usual, I'm not quite sure what I want to do, but I do have a color scheme in mind. I asked over on my Instagram whether I should do pink, yellow, or orange. I'm leaning more on the orange side because I have this Glamlight Frosted Flake palette. I picked it up at TJ Maxx and I haven't used it yet, but I definitely want to pop into this and try to just use that first row. And then I'm going to be using my Blend Bunny Blends palette for all the other colors that I need because this palette is perfection. So I hope you're ready to see my full makeup routine because I am going to film it. Bad parts and all, we're just gonna power through. First, I am starting with my skincare. I've got my e.l.f. Oat Milk Toner. Most of my skincare products I do just rub in with my hands, same with the triple acid resurfacing serum. I like to mainly focus this where I break out, but I will put it all over my face as well, like today. In between skincare, I use this little fan to kind of speed along the process. This Sunday Riley eye cream is not my favorite, but I will use it. It's not bad. My First Aid Beauty moisturizer SPF thing, the pump came broken, but I still tried to put some of that on today and then followed up with my e.l.f. Super Hydrate Moisturizer. And now it is time for the makeup itself. I always start with my brows because it is kind of a long process. My hair is dyed black, but my brows are still kind of blonde, so it takes a bit. I start off with my NYX The Brow Glue and just run that through my brows and just try to get them as straight and like flat as possible. Brush them out with a spoolie. I know it looks insane, but it'll look good when it's done. I'm cleaning everything up with a Q-tip and just getting all that excess wax away and then filling in all my blank spots with the NYX Lift and Snatch pencil. Not pencil, but brow tint pen. I love this thing. I've seen other people use it, but I didn't realize until I got it just how fine the tip was. So it takes a minute to fill in my brows, but once it's done, like I said, I love how they end up looking. I've only been using these NYX products since I got them. It's insane. And I'm running the brush through my brows just one more time to make sure they're perfect. Now this Glamlight Icing is one of my favorite eyeshadow bases ever. I do need to pick up more. I've had this for well over a year and a half. I do have some others I use, but this one I use the most, and yeah, I'm still squeezing some out. I need to get more for sure. I'm using a combination of palettes today, starting off with the Glamlight Frosted Flakes palette. I found this at TJ Maxx. It was like half off, and I was really happy because I'd wanted it when it first launched, but I wasn't working then, so I didn't have the money. This part is going to be tedious if you're not into blending eyeshadow, but I'm basically just blending that first shade out as much as I possibly can, trying to focus it more like near my crease and then blending it up towards my brow. The Cream and Sugar shade in my Blends Bunny Blends palette is my most frequently used. I use it almost every time I do eyeshadow just to blend out the edges and make sure that my blend is seamless. So blend, blend, blend. That's what I'm doing here. Just blending out that first shade, which was called So Tasty. Now I'm taking Tony the Tiger and using that to darken my crease, trying to focus it more on the outside. That is a very pigmented color. I was really impressed. I don't like orange that much, but I can see myself really getting into this palette. My mom's favorite cereal is Corn Pops and Frosted Flakes. So when I got this palette, I of course had to run upstairs and show her the packaging because it came in the little like Kellogg's box. So freaking cute. I love Glamlight's eyeshadow formula. I love Blonde Bunny's eyeshadow formula as well. I'm taking the yellow shade, Serendipity, and I'm focusing it mainly in the inner corner, but I am pulling it out a little to blend over the orange there. And then I take just a clean brush to blend out the shades a little more. You guys will see me go back and blend this so many times. I am so like anal about blending. It has to be perfect for me. Going back in with that Tony the Tiger to just deepen up the orange. And honestly, I'm not sure if I have nothing on this brush or if it's just the white. It's the white eyeshadow. Okay, so I just dipped back in to the cream and sugar to blend this out even more. Like I said, very anal about my blending. The shade I'm putting under my brow is Milk from the Frosted Flakes palette. It's like a very beautiful white shimmer. And now it's just time to kind of clean up. I always take some micellar water and fix the edges of my eyeshadow. I find it's easier to do my eyeliner too. When I do that, I have kind of a guideline. I decided I needed to add the shimmery orange, which is called Tiger Paw, and I just went in with a small amount. With my NYX glitter glue and my LEJ Anna Artistry brush, I'm just very carefully placing the glue down to do kind of like a fake cut crease look. So basically, instead of cutting my crease, I am just placing the glue where I would cut my crease just to save some time and effort and energy. These brushes work amazing. While the glue is drying down a little bit and getting tacky, I'm taking Tony the Tiger and Tiger Paw and just placing that under my eye. I love a good shimmer shade under the eye. I think it's pretty. Using my Snarls Box Drake Cosmetics palette, I am taking the shade Slay. And I'm using my finger at first, but then I am going to go back through with a brush to just get those edges and make everything look perfect. Or, you know, close to perfect, because nothing's perfect. This shade, though, is so beautiful, so pigmented, so bright. I'm popping a little bit more on with my fingers just to get a bit more shimmer. And then I decided to go in with the shade Bunnies, which is this kind of duochrome pink to yellow kind of shade. It really amped up the look and gave my lids like kind of a wet, glossy look to them. Oh look, here I am blending out my eyeshadow again. I told you guys. I have been using the Maybelline Tattoo Studio ink pen non-stop since I got it. It's just really pigmented and glides really easily. It basically stays put once you put it on, and I don't know. It's just really easy to use. Like, that wing's not perfect, but it's pretty close. No dragging, nothing. I normally fixate on my wings if they're not perfect, but since I am going to put lashes on, I figured I would just fix the wing up once the lashes were on. So more Q-tips just to kind of fix everything and make it even. The e.l.f. Lash and Roll Mascara is pretty underrated in my opinion. I love using it on the days where I'm not going to be wearing lashes because it does actually curl my lashes and give them some length. I am going to be wearing fake lashes today, so I am working a little too hard with the mascara, but it's one of my favorite things to put on. I wear mascara every day, even when I do the no makeup looks. These lashes are from Shein or SheGlam. I like to use the SheGlam glue on my eyeliner first, get it really close to my lash line, and then I will go in with some of my Duo lash glue and put those on the lashes themselves. I just like to double glue. While my lash glue dries, I'm putting on some of the Good Vibes Only primer from e.l.f. I love this primer because it does blur my pores and it just makes my face silky smooth and makeup goes on it like a dream. And my makeup lasts for hours. I don't know if it's the primer or the setting or what, but it stays on for a while. I hate recording myself trying to put on lashes, so I was hoping this would go well, and it actually kind of did. I don't really know how to explain how I put on my lashes. I just kind of go in from the top and place them as close as I can to my lash line, and then use my tweezers to kind of push and pull and make sure everything is where it needs to be. This eye, I don't struggle with as much. Every single time I put on my lashes, they go on a lot easier and a lot closer to my lash line. I don't know if you can see, but these are like kind of pink reddish tipped lashes. Once they're on, I'm going back in with that Maybelline Studio Ink eyeliner pen and just fixing up my eyeliner. See how nice that looks now? Not all crazy. I only tightline with this Huda Beauty eyeliner now that I've got it because it is so thin and it doesn't irritate my eye at all. Most eyeliners, when I get them that close to my eye, they make my eyes water. Some more mascara just to make sure the lashes are blended in with my natural lashes. I'm trying to keep the mascara down low so I don't cover up that pink. Now that the eye look is done, it's time for base. I am using my peach color corrector from e.l.f. I have a few other color correctors, but ever since I got this, I've just been using it nonstop. It works so well. I did go in with like a second layer just because I felt like I wasn't getting enough coverage. And then I've got my Huda Beauty concealer. The shade is a little bit too light for me, but I feel like once it's blended out, it actually doesn't look too bad, especially once the foundation and everything is on. And I really only put concealer under my eyes unless I have some kind of like pimple or whatever to cover up. e.l.f. Halo Glow. I don't know if I use this so much for like the glow or the fact that any foundation I put on top just looks perfect. It blurs everything and just makes my pores look even smaller, so I always try to use it when I can. I finally reached the bottom of my bottle of the Skinfinite Hydrating Foundation from SheGlam. This foundation is a little more like coverage than I like, so I do use quite a bit. I'll go in once and then just add another layer. But I love it. It matches my skin so perfectly and it blends like a dream. Everything goes on it well, and I think it lasts all day. Again, not sure if that's a primer or the setting or what, but it's there. I didn't want to underpaint today, so I just popped some of my Hank & Henry contour on the back of my hand and then used a small sponge to blend it in. I really like this technique and I might use it a bit more often. I feel like I had a lot of control and my contour looked really, really good. One of the benefits of underpainting is I can go in dark and messy and just like do it quickly, throw the foundation on top and I'm done. So this takes a little bit more effort and precision in blending. I did grab my beauty blender with the foundation on it a couple times to kind of correct and reblend what I was doing. Again, I like this method, but underpainting is a lot faster. This took a long time and my arms were very tired, but the results were totally worth it. Makeup really is like 90% blending. So this is the part where I feel like it gets a little crazy. This is my setting powder routine. I always do under my eyes and down my nose, my chin and above my lip, and then right under my like cheekbone, I guess. I use my poof to kind of press it in, and then I just use this brush to brush on some more powder / brush everything away. And then once my face is set, I go in with my powder products. Today I'm going to use the Shapeshifter palette from Be Perfect to do my bronzer, blush, and highlighter. The shade Sunbum is like my perfect bronzer shade. I'm using a big fluffy brush to apply that. I went in pretty light and then just sort of built it up as I went along. So this was really a trust the process kind of moment. I wanted to use my yellow blush. I think if I would have kept it lighter, it probably would have looked okay. But the more pigmented I made it, the more I didn't really like it and felt it looked too intense. So I grabbed the shade Offering, which is kind of like a orange glowy blush topper, and once I got that on top, it looked a lot better. I used my foundation sponge to just sort of blend it out. We'll have to try yellow blush another day. And I kind of forgot how much I love this highlighter until I used it, but it's the Lotus from the Shapeshifter palette, and it is absolutely blinding. I always apply my highlighter with my fingers. I'm not really sure why. I just don't feel like the brushes give it enough like oomph, so I always use my fingers. And I really like to glow, so sometimes I go a little crazy. This is the part in the routine where I just kind of fix all the little details, blending out the eyeshadow under my eye and then the eyeshadow on my eye. Once I feel like everything is properly blended, I'm going back in with my brow gel just to further darken my brows and make sure that they do stay in place. I feel like in the base routine and the powder, they just kind of get a little messed up. Mascara on the bottom lashes. I like this e.l.f. Lash and Roll brush tip just for my lower lash line, especially because with the curved wand, I don't get mascara all over my face. I hate when wands get mascara on my face. It makes me so mad. I'm not sure why I decided to do freckles. Maybe just because it was like kind of a sun-kissed look and freckles scream summer to me, but I used my Freck Please freckle tint from She Glam. Just kind of like to pop them on my face and then tap them in with my finger. I think this is the best technique for me. I've seen a few others, but then I don't know, they just end up looking muddy or weird. So this is how I do my freckles. And even though these little moments are sped up like 2 to 3, sometimes 4 or 5 times, the freckle process took forever. I was probably sitting here for like half an hour doing my freckles. But again, it was worth it because they looked really, really cute. And I think this is the best application I've done. They look natural. I wanted to do a hot pink lip, so I grabbed my LA Colors lipstick in the shade Starlit. I added my NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Dragon Fruit to give it some of that shine, but I didn't feel like it was shiny enough, and I wanted to add some glitter. So I grabbed the Glamlight Michaela gold glitter and popped some of that on, which looked stunning. All right, this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to like this video, leave me a comment, and subscribe. I am going to try to be posting more of these longer tutorial videos, more detailed, and if there's anything you guys would like help on, any sort of tutorial, just let me know. Have a great day, everyone.